and you will not be surprised that it's the parable of the sower. So, while a large crowd were gathering and people were coming to Jesus from town after town, he told this parable. A farmer went out to sow his seed. As he was scattering the seed, some fell along the path. It was trampled on, and the birds ate it up. Some fell on rocky ground. And when it came up, the plants withered, because they had no moisture. Other seed fell amongst thorns, which grew up with it and choked the plants. And still other seed fell on good soil. It came up and yielded a crop 100 times more than was sown. And he said this, he called out, whoever has ears to hear, let them hear. His disciples asked him what this parable meant, and he said, the knowledge of the secrets of heaven and of God have been given to you, but to others I speak in parables, so that though seeing they may not see, though hearing they may not understand. This is the meaning of the parable. The seed is the word of God. Those along the path are the ones who hear, and then the devil comes and takes away the word from their hearts, so that they may not believe and be saved. Those on the rocky ground are the ones who receive the word with joy when they hear it, but they have no root. They believe for a while, but in the time of testing they fall away. The seed that fell among thorns stands for those who hear, but as they are going on their way, they are choked by life's worries, riches, and pleasures, and they do not mature. But the seed on good soil stands for those with a noble and good heart, who hear the word, retain it, and by persevering produce a good crop. So like I say, I'm sure you've heard that so many times. Harvest Festival always makes me think of farmers. Farmers here and farmers abroad. Our friend is a farmer, and at this time of year, he never really sees his family. He comes in tired after long hours and just falls asleep wherever he falls. His wife said to me recently, as a farmer's wife, you learn to be independent. I had to learn to do things on my own without my husband. Last year in Kenya, they had an extended dry period, and this caused the crops to die. And many of the people didn't have anything else to plant again. And that meant for a whole season, they had nothing. And during that season, many are lost. Many lives are lost, never to rise up again. But we take all this for granted, don't we? We go to the supermarket or the grocers and we just pick everything up, and if it goes up, we grumble. We don't think about the work that has gone into it, the hours, the heartache, the bankruptcy, because there's bankruptcy in farmers as well. We all know there's rich farmers, but there's also those that have really struggled on the day-to-day. In Kenya, as I said, many of them lost their crops, but for Strong Tower Foundation, we were absolutely blessed that we were able to replant, and we had an amazing second yield, which there are some photographs on there. But without that, we wouldn't have been able to continue. This is how close to the line people in Kenya live, including Strong Tower Foundation. We recently started in Kabula a feeding programme for children. The children will get fed once a week with a stable diet. At the moment we've only started once a fortnight until we get funds in, but we hope to be feeding them once a week with a stable diet and also with the knowledge of God. We are feeding them the word of God as well as feeding them nourishment. They're being taught scriptures. This is all the local family that otherwise continue to teach the ladies how to plant and sow, to look after the animals, to do the beadwork that I brought in and showed you. And the children will, and like the children, they will be fed whenever they come to the land. They will be fed good food, and they will be fed nourishing spiritual food with the Word of God. Protus is amazing because he is an ordained minister. He was ordained a little bit like me through the orphanage, and he just loves God, and he seeks God in so many ways. And I shared before over what was happening in Kenya. He is doing amazing things, and his main aim of being the manager of Strong Tower Foundation is to speak the Word of God into people's lives. And he goes into the schools in Kabul as well. We see the struggles in our own... sorry, I'm all over the place today. What is happening in Kabul is that Protus is preparing the land and is preparing the hearts of those that come. He's preparing the children's hearts to receive the seed of the Word. And this is what farmers do in this country, and we see them, don't we? We just walked over a field yesterday where it had all been ploughed and it was all beautiful, and all the stones had been taken out, and the soil was so small that as I walked by it with my sandals on, all these little stones were getting in my feet, all the little bits of soil. We have to prepare the land, and we have to prepare our hearts. The farmers are ploughing the land, and they're clearing the weeds and the stones, and they are ready to sow the seeds. This is a preparation that helps them to have a good yield or a good crop. As well as preparing the land and sowing the seed into good soil, the seeds must be watered, and it needs some sun and warmth to encourage the growth. I'm struggling. I'm struggling this morning.
Keep going, Mandy. Keep going on. We'll reach you at the end.
My heart maybe this time ought to be taped today. Okay. My heart, I believe, is to grow people here. My heart is that it isn't about me, but it's about you knowing God. It's about you really surrendering your lives and your hearts to God. And I believe when we come together, it's about preparing the land, preparing our hearts to receive all that God has for you. I don't believe that any of us, even me, even seen a little pinch of what God can do. I've seen people that are blind, that are deaf, that are in wheelchairs. I've seen them raised. But I've never seen anybody dead, raised from the dead. But it's happening. It is happening in this world, even now. People are being prayed and they're being raised from the dead. And I want used to have to stand for the gospel. I thought, what? The whole Bible is God-breathed. If we've got to stand in reverence to anything, stand for everything. Yep. Stand for every bit of the word, not just a little bit. Because I believe in the power of the word. And I hardened my heart. And I refused to stand. It didn't do anybody else any harm. But it did me. Because God said, I will make you surrender. Because it isn't about surrendering to standing at the gospel. It's about surrendering to authority. And when I was in that Bible college, I was under their authority. And yes, I could question, and I want people to question me. If you think I'm doing or saying something wrong, then feel free. Come and have a private conversation with me. Bring somebody else with you. Whatever. Because I want what God wants. I want our hearts prepared. And then there's the other heart that is spoken about, and that is the shallow heart. That is the heart that you come here on a Sunday, you hear the word, and then you go away thinking, oh, well, that was for somebody else. Can't possibly be me. Or your heart's full of so much rubbish, so much disease, so much hate, so much unforgiveness, so much I, that when the seed is planted, the roots don't go deep. Looking at Angela, we pulled up at Angela's house one day, we were talking about gardening, and her front garden was full of weeds. And on it, she's got loads of stones and pebbles. And we were saying to her, you know, we could just pull them up really easy. Just get them by the root and pull them up, because it's really easy, because they've not gone deep. Because they're not allowed to, because of the stones. And she was like, So me and Martin jumped out our car, being the good people that we are, and we started weeding for her. And she was going, okay, get it. So no, look. But you see, that's what the devil does. If you don't allow the roots to go deep down, if you don't keep reading the word, keep hearing, keep preparing your heart, if you don't pray before you come, Lord, let me take in what is being said. What is this word that's being said meant for me? What is it saying for me? I said weeks ago that Angie heard a totally different word to what I'd given. Because God wanted her to hear that word. God wants you to be prepared before you come here. Read his word. Pray, Lord, speak to me, open my heart. Do not allow my heart to be shallow, that I think that those can just be blown away. And then there's the heart that grows up in the thorns. And as you all know, this has now gone off script, so who knows what I'm going to say. So those that grow in thorns, that get choked, I believe that is the divided heart. I believe that is the heart that has one foot in one camp and one in the other. I believe that is the heart that says wealth, purpose, that's not under God, material things, that get dragged away at the slightest opportunity. That is the one that the world chokes the life out of them. I said the other week about it hurts when people stay away because their chicken might burn or whatever. I can't remember what I said now. But the reason it hurts isn't because I want numbers. Do you know, I honestly mean this. I don't care if there's only 6 people here and your hearts are for God and the rest of you on a Sunday morning are going spreading the gospel out there and all we do is pray for you. I am about building the kingdom of God, not the kingdom of Mandy. And if any of you are worried and want to build the kingdom for yourself, you're being choked. Life is being choked out of you. The weeds are coming up and it's going to choke the life out of you. And then there's the fruitful soil. That is the soil that we all aim to be, but none of us ever will be. Not fully fruitful. Because there's always some weed going to pop up, isn't there? There's always going to be something in our personality that God says, oh, need to put that. There's always something. But that person that has prayed, that has sought God, that reads his word, that learns from him, that learns from others, that looks to others to grow, that gets alongside people that will challenge them, gets alongside leaders that just want to grow. They're the ones that will have the fruitful heart. I have a passion, as I've said. I have a passion for growing people. And sometimes that, I think, comes over quite harsh to some. And I don't want it to. I really don't. I want people to want God and get the best. I want to see people accelerated farther than they ever thought they could. I want to see leaders become amazing leaders that draw people to them, that draw them to God. I want to see people cleansed. I want people to be all that God called them to be. I've said before that Martin and I used to be back-to-back fighters, and God grew us for a while. But then the fact that so much affection went on each other, that doesn't mean I don't care for him or he didn't care for me, by the way. We had our anniversary 2 days ago. We've managed 22 years and he's still alive. But what we had to do was put God first and then our relationship second. So what did we do yesterday? We praised God, we led women in a women's worship, in a women's event, and then we gave each other the evening. He took me out for a meal. I did think about asking you lot if you wanted to join us, but then I thought I don't think he'd afford that. But the one thing that destroys church is communication. The one thing is that we should always pray that when it leaves our lips, it will be like honey on our lips that draw people for more. In my enthusiasm this week, I sent a text to somebody. Oh, if you're on fire for God, I'm behind you. I want to draw you on. But if you don't want to, that's fine. I'm not pushing. I'm not pulling. Because as I'm doing this text, I'm thinking, well, I don't want to get too enthusiastic. And I'm sending this text. The text was taken completely the wrong way. Completely the wrong way. And this is what happens, isn't it? In our fast world, we can send emails that when we read it, it reads what we think it says, because it's from our heart. But actually, how it's received depends on the heart of the receiver. And this is why every day, not just Sunday, every day we should prepare our hearts to receive with the right attitude. I do not want a divided church. God doesn't want a divided church. We are in a spiritual battle together to win the hearts for Christ. As you know, I've said, and it's obvious because I've not said anything that I wrote, but hopefully God has used the words that I've said in a powerful way to minister to you, even if it's not come out as I wanted it to. But on Sunday night, Martin and I went to a service. We go every Sunday night to the storehouse in Skegness to support and encourage our sister church. And Elizabeth stood up. She does healing rooms. And she felt that God was saying that, I think it's in Isaiah, it is in Isaiah, why am I saying I think? In Isaiah, the wells that had been opened up by Abraham were blocked and filled and popped up, and she said that she felt that time was now that we unblock those wells. And I think the time is now for us that we unblock the wells of our hearts, that we unblock and get all as that gush of the Holy Spirit flows freely. It takes away the debris in our lives. I've got a lot of debris. I know I have. You all know I have. There's things in my past that still keep reminding me you're not good enough. But the well within me is bubbling. And it's bubbling, and there's a force behind there. And it's ready to go. And that's what I want. I want it for every one of you. That the well within becomes unblocked. That you stop saying, I am not doing this because of her, him, it, she, the dog. That we stop saying we're not attending and we're not sitting in that row because I don't like that person. This is a time of new beginnings. It's a new journey we're going forward with God. And I believe as I think it was Mike prayed this recently, I believe that the train is in the station, ready to leave. And if you ain't on this boat, you'll get left on the station. Boat, train. That's because I see a boat. Okay, let's say the boat. This battleship is ready to move. It actually, the anchors are already being pulled up. The anchors are already being pulled up. And the boat is already, the engine is firing up. And it's beginning to leave the harbour.
All aboard.
And it's all aboard. And if you're not aboard, you're going to be left.
That's right.
Because when we were at Jared Cooper's meeting on the Saturday before, he said, I believe that this is going to be the fastest 500 years that God has ever moved. That every lesson has been in 500 years. And as he spoke, my heart was firing. It was going, and I thought, yeah, I believe it. I believe that we are in the end times. And I believe God is calling us, his workers, to bring in the harvest. Amen.